So today, guys, we are taking the taillights off this car and we're gonna put the ZLEDs taillights on. I'm gonna do a full tutorial. I have had these on my other car and I'm gonna kind of just walk through step by step what it takes to install these. So these are the authentic Nismo lights. I am pulling these off the car to replace it with the other ones. I think the other lights are just a little more fun. These are very period correct, but I do know how to like program these to make them look very similar to this. So just follow along, we're gonna take them off. You guys can tell me in the comments, you know, what to do with these and your opinions on that. So a lot of this is pretty self-explanatory. I'm just pulling out the factory taillights right now. I've already started pulling this apart. You just gotta take these clips and put a little Phillips head in there, half spins, turn these things out and they pull out. So I'm just gonna pull this light out real quick. There's only 4 screws. There's one at the very bottom that actually has to do with the bumper. Don't take that one out. It's just the 4 that match up to the taillight. I'll show you what we're gonna do. We're gonna take this cover actually off, put it onto the other taillights, pull this out. I'm gonna break this rubber kind of through here. Okay. And the taillight will just come on out. Dirty as expected. So I don't know what makes these Nismo. I don't know if they open them up. I don't know what this resistor pack is. My other taillights didn't have that. So I'm not too certain on how or what they do. I'm sure there's some LED boards inside, but from what I understand, these are coming directly from Nismo like this. So I don't know who modifies or what the scoop is, but super cool. We're taking this all apart. We're taking this painted part off. We're gonna put the new painted part on the ZLEDs. You can see all the LEDs in there that he's modified. He's got all this extra stuff going on, so his lights are a little different. A lot of stuff going on there. Let's get this on this table so the bubble wrap will protect the paint. Okay, so on this light, there's actually 2 pieces. Use this screwdriver. There's this black trim you need to remove first. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then that actually exposes some extra stuff. Don't forget there's gonna be one in the middle here. So I've done this a few times. But I figured I would the guy at ZLEDs has always been super cool. He reposts a lot of my stuff on social medias. So I figured I would kind of just do a little walkthrough tutorial, how to install and swap over these taillights. I'll show you the app and some other stuff towards the end here. We're gonna set that off to the side. That exposed these 2 extra screws. Last time I put it back, one of them together, I kind of forgot these, so just pay attention when you're taking it apart, putting it together. So now you're dealing with gold screws versus the black ones. And I'm gonna set these in a pile here. These are all the same length from what I recall. And this is just pulling off the actual cover itself. We gotta do this for both sides, so stand by. All right, so we got all the outer ones done. There is one in the center right here. You gotta get that one out. Okay, so this will actually separate now. So just by lifting this up, pull the actual cover off. So these are the lights themselves. So we're gonna set these aside. They're gonna go in this box actually right here. As you can see all the LEDs. They just have a different look to them altogether. So now putting the new one on, it's pretty straightforward. We're just putting the cover on, just dropping it in place. It'll drop in pretty perfectly. Right there. And if I recall, these lights are the same for GTT and GTR. It's the cover right here is the difference, guys. So this is the difference in the GTR. But all these line up. This thing dropped right in place. Barely can tell a little bit of a difference. So yeah, these ones here, it's these inners that you gotta get with the metal. So guys, I already pulled the other side out. So literally, like I told you, it's just these little clips. These, yeah, this is the center of one. So these things are just in here. You just pull them out. So you can actually do this without pulling the whole thing. You can reach in here. Let's get this out the way. Something cool, you guys can like look down and, you know, just see the quality of your car while you got this stuff apart. And if you're buying a car, this is always a good spot to like look and look down in here and see how clean everything is. Because you never know.
So do you like request that?
No, but if you're getting an inspection from Japan.
Oh, okay.
And when you're doing this, be careful not to hit your metal because it's the outside of your car right there. Okay, so now drop this one in. So like you notice there's a lot of extra slash new wires. So there's this whole harness that goes back and forth. He's got his wires going into here. That's why he's blocked all these off. These two are actually gonna get connected. That kind of ties everything together. Your harness is exactly the same. So this is the OE plug. It's just got a resistor in there because it's LEDs, just like how mine had it. So we lowered the car since you guys have seen it last. So we lowered it, we put these Advans on. I want to show you what the final phase will probably be looking like. So we test fitted this wheel yesterday. And it's actually right there. So these are 19 LMGTs. This will be like the final form wheel on the car. You can see like there's actually the wheels right there, which are behind us there. So lots of cool stuff. So been working on it. I haven't been able to like film everything. So we lowered it one day. We lowered it almost like 45 millimeters or so. All right, so we got those in. Let's just kind of make our way around. Come over here. So the lights actually go in there. So this is part of the brake light, the turn signal, all that stuff. So he has a jumper harness right here that controls all those lights. So he takes this all apart. There's a whole board inside there. It's like a flat panel board. You can check all the stuff out on his site. The cool thing with these lights is like they're programmable. So like there's other ones out there. These are not the cheapest by any means, but these are the coolest. Meaning you just have a lot of flexibility with them on what you can do. You know, you can run an R35 style, which is like just the rings, you know, meaning R35 15 plus, with this, the ring on the outside. You can run a Nismo style, you know, just all kinds of different cool stuff that you can actually do. So what I want to do first is I want to feed this wire through factory, scrum it back in place. Okay, as you can see, there's this extra wire, and so that's what I was talking about. So this is going to go down over through here. I got to connect it to the other one. For right now, I'm just going to kind of set this in place here. I'm going to put one screw in, one nut, just to kind of hold this. See, this is that black trim right here. So guys, we're not gonna clean this. These will not be here forever. This car needs to get really gone through. This bumper will be coming off. I'm gonna explain all that stuff in just a little bit. Okay, so same thing here. And I need to get this wire, be careful here. So I need to get this wire, guys, like under here. It's not that hard, but try to get this plug under. So the rest of this will just drop in place now. So let me set this in place. If you guys notice, I am not touching this. It's on my leg. I need to kind of finish this though. But as you can see, like, so that's all I did. The wire just comes in here, guys. Before we put everything together, just put these ones in here and then we'll test it. I'll find my other one. So I've actually never used these wires, the HKS colors here. I've never used them. So I had a conversation with Mr. ZLEDs. I'm gonna show you guys what these are all about. But let's power them up and see what's going on here. I haven't seen these yet, so don't know how they start. He's got a smile on his face.
Yeah, that was sick.
That was sick. See, this is like a GTR style. Let's test something real quick. I got these fog light harness kits. And I learned from him a little bit some things. From what I understand, I'm just gonna be using some of the wires from here. Just bear with me what I'm gonna do. We have a bunch of these, or I have a bunch of these laying around. There's fuses in here and everything that I potentially could need. Okay, I'm gonna use this. I'm gonna cut the harness off. Let me get my cutters real quick. So I meant to actually go to the store, guys, and I was gonna get some switches and stuff. I'm just gonna cut that out. One of these red wires is extra. As you notice, there's 3 on this side and 4 on the other. Somewhere's in here, there's something that happens with one of those wires. So there's 4, but this is just nice and loomed. You guys will see what I'm gonna do in just a minute here. So these need to be fused. These draw about 3 amps, so not a lot, LEDs and whatnot. So basically this, I'm gonna be putting power to those purple and the green wires, I think they were. So I'm gonna put some fuses in here. This is what I'm gonna hook to my battery. This is not what I like. You should always have a fuse a couple inches away from your battery. So I'd actually prefer the battery to be here and then this to be the fuse. I'm gonna see what I need to do, where I need to tap this in. But basically what my idea is, I wanna actually put some switches up front. We can test this real quick. Let's just take a look here. So the reason I started actually pulling a lot of this apart, the battery's here, if you guys know. So if you guys notice this HKS mat, this is something that I sell. I have a couple of these. Got a Pitwork battery in there, straight from Japan. So right here is where I want to get to. I want to pull in off this. Actually, this car's got some weird stuff going on, man. This is definitely aftermarket. Don't know where it goes. I'm not pulling this whole tray apart right now. So it goes like right up. Where's that other light? You guys can see in there. It goes up through that hole. And then there's this one too. I noticed this is aftermarket. This is tied into the harness here. So our goal is we're gonna take these, we're gonna connect, we'll go red to purple. I'll strip this back a little bit more. And then we're gonna kind of come in here to the battery. But in between there, I'm gonna be running a switch all the way up front. So we'll do that later. I'm just gonna show you guys for example here. So as you guys can see, this is what they had. See how the fuse is what I was talking about earlier? Fuse is like real close to the battery. So this one's like far away. So we're just gonna rock with this for now though. So I don't know, take a look at the taillights, let's see what happens. So that is the pink wire. And this is the purple wire. I think you can put them both together at the same time. So it kind of like speeds it up. So pink, purple. So my idea is I want to be able to switch those at, like on the inside, like the car, just driving down the road, just switch them on, or at a show instead of having to like go in the app. Let's go in the app actually. Let me show you guys some stuff. You scan, it will search for the taillights. So that's it probably right there. It's connecting to it. The lights actually, I don't know if you caught that, but it like kind of just confirms. And then you can go in here. You can go into, I gotta look up my access ID. So Bluetooth, scan, just doing this again, hang on. You'll see it flash, show you guys. It's already connected. So you guys can see it's connecting. I don't know what that actually means, but you can go into here. These are all your different presets and things like that. Whirlpool, Nismo startups. I think he's got a new one for 4th of July, Starburst, all that stuff. So super, super cool. So this is my unique access ID. So you just need to accept that. So now this gets you into all the different modes and stuff like that. I don't know why it just did that, but this is where the different things are for number 4 and 5. So this is how you can like change the actually what's happening on the pink wires and the other stuff. So that's a showcase mode. This is a channel loop mode. You can do all these different things. So there's the afterburner. So you can like upload it. The taillights will actually go through loading all the different apps. So there's that. So pretty cool. So basically like you can switch these around, you know, however you want. And this is like your timer, your circulation, your brightness, things like that. So that's pretty sophisticated. So there's a lot of different things in here. Afterburner. Yeah, so it just does different things. 3 is your standard signal. Watch the turn signal here. I actually prefer the sequential turn signal, so I'm gonna upload that setting. Can't see it, but I'll do the hazards in just a second. I like the brake. I like it on the sequential brake, so I'm gonna upload that. It'll look like that on the brake. And then I'm like, for number 1, that's the running light. So this is like a Nismo style, as you guys can see. Hold on, that's the Nismo. These are the Nismo stars. So now it'll be like kind of like how that looked before when I took them off. So you guys can do a quick comparison. This is star 3. It's pretty similar to what I had, just a little more updated. You see here, you can control the brightness. So if I wanted to go 12, I think it was 3 a second ago. See, that looks too modern, right? So I want to bring it down to kind of be a little bit lower. Now it'll be like a little more like 90s vibe. It's lower, but still bright, you know? Let me hit the brakes for you guys. So they go out like this, right? Mm-hmm. That's the one I like. And then the turn signal. It like starts from the center, kind of like, yeah, it does that. So, I mean, I can show you like how, if we switch the turn signal, standard brakes. So the regular turn signal, let me load it. Now it's just like standard, right? You can see it. So now if we go to sequential, it kind of like, see how it glows?
Yep.
So that's my modes. This is a quick, easy part of the app. I just wanted to kind of show you guys. You can refresh the presets. You can do all kinds of stuff. So this is what actually hit my car. I do have a footage of it. Come on over here. I'll show you what happened. And so this has actually put like a huge mind block on this car. So luckily, it is only this mark right here. I literally was driving down the road, heard a thunk. It's a week or two like into owning the car, and just curious if it was like suspension, like just something broke loose or what it actually was. So I went back and I looked on the road and I found that actual bar on the road and it just hit that. I mean, I'm lucky there's no dent or anything like that. I do have Grundy insurance, so I unplugged them. They've actually been really easy to work with. They, you know, it's an agreed upon value type situation, but they saw the video. This car came with the dash cam, as I showed you guys earlier. And so you actually can just see this thing like fly up. It's pretty wicked, man. And then you see me on the camera, like going out and getting it. Maybe we'll include those clips, but just kind of just crap that we have in our roads.
You gonna frame it?
Yeah, put it in a frame. So yeah. So that's one of the things, like, and Jose and I were actually talking a little bit off camera, and like what's going to happen with this car, and you know, do I want to respray it, or what am I going to do? You know, car's in good shape, but it is, you know, old paint, and the problem with, especially, it seems to be this color, but I do notice it on all the color cars, is these three components: the trunk, this, and this, all just end up looking different just because of sun fade. So I've been talking to some body shops, you know, respray, get this done on just something to do, or do I wrap the car? I just had a really like, I'm like really like mind blocked on like adding all these performance mods and all these other things that I have like sitting here waiting for this car. Like many, I've been stockpiling parts for years for this car. So I have all the stuff like ready to go, but that thing just messes up my head, man.
So you're stuck on a full wrap, right? Full wrap, color change.
I mean, like, yeah, like a full wrap color change, you know.
Or painting the whole thing one color. Is that kind of
same color, similar color, yeah. A little different. I mean, I have options. I mean, I'd want to keep it like in the grays or something like that. You know, it's gonna go more silver. Like the 34 GTC is Z-Tune silver, so it's a lot lighter than this car.
PPF won't protect you from the UV, like, you know, fadingness of plastic parts.
This is from 1999.
PPF has UV protection.
Oh, does it?
Yeah,
well, I mean, I just...
The film itself, yeah. And wrap does too. I mean, wrap does too.
Well, I guess I'm saying that because if you do get it painted...
I'm not going to PPF this whole car.
Oh, you want to PPF?
It's expensive.
No.
True, I mean...
To do a whole car?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like some of these cars we're doing for like the high-end cars, they're like 20 grand.
Yeah.
You know?
No way.
Yeah.
This would be like 20 grand thing? 15, 20?
This probably be like 8 or 9.
Just because of the liability, right? Just because like...
I think they just got to take it. Okay, so the difference real quick, in like a wrap, they actually would come around and like go here. Where like the PPF, they can't wrap it around. It's actually thicker, so they have to cut every single thing. So it doesn't like wrap around your door. It just goes to the edge of the line itself.
Yeah.
So it's a different process, and there's more like cutting versus just wrapping and tucking.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's no templates, right? I mean, usually... Yeah,
I mean, they probably have like hood templates and stuff, like hood and some bumper templates.
Yeah.
We have the taillight ones, like, you know, stuff like that. So, all right, let me just put this back together. I just wanted to kind of like tell you guys about that. I'm gonna mess with this for a minute, figure out how I want to like run these switches, and if I got to run it all the way up front plus all the way back. But that was kind of like the concept. If you guys need mats, I still have a couple of these. I got the hookup on the HKS stuff, so I have extra parts for this car, and I got some for friends and stuff in the past. I have extra coilovers, R33, R34, Ohlins, HKS. I have all the HKS mats for 32, 33, 34. Kind of just holding them back, but anyone wants them, just hit me up. No price gouging with me. I've seen these things going for hundreds of dollars over, and even like on eBay, they had a set of front R32 mats for like $1,200, and dude, they're $300. I got them. $300 plus a couple bucks for shipping. Brand new in the box. One of the cool things about these cars, I was talking to somebody yesterday, is like just hunting the parts down is super cool and fun, and finding some of the cool stuff like in the car itself. Just randomness. I mean, these cars are 25 years old, so there's just history on all of them, you know. So this is one of the boxes I just recently got. So just a lot of like, this is performance belts, there's some deals, more belts. These are fun little boxes, Nismo boxes. I got a Mines little case. This is a case for, you know, your goods and stuff like that. Turbo timer harness, Nismo. These are actually, I think these are the shocks. So like when the trunk hits you, these are new shocks right here. So I got a wiper blade. For the cool stuff, well not cool, but I got all kinds of new seals. So these are for the radiator support, the core support. Maybe 4 of those in here. Yeah, here's the 4th one. I think they're in this box here. And then these are all like, oh, that's something else. These are all like seals, hub bearing. I got LEDs in here. Or not LEDs, these are for your heater and stuff like that. Heaters, clusters, just weird little special bulbs.
So would you say like everything in this box is kind of what you like to get after you import a car?
I mean, you can see I got 3 oil filters. I got just some cool Nismo caps. These are just, they're all just seals and just different stuff. And if my friends need them, I always got stuff and have it on standby. This is and some of this stuff just gets discontinued. This is like it's a cover for the wiper arms. Just a plastic cap just to refresh it. You know, I got all these things. I get them all the time. So I left it on this one. Actually, I'm gonna just run this one I think he kind of made for us a little bit. So this will have, oh, see, I got to disconnect. So I need to go to Bluetooth. So every time you do this, you have to do this. You got to scan, you got to hit your device.
Which is why you want the wired feature to just...
That's why I want the wired feature.
Instant.
So as I'm cruising down the road, I can just like hit it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So these are, and I don't know what all these things do, but this just kind of like shows you different stuff. So that's turn signal on, off. I think that's what shows you what number 4 is. This is what number 5 is right now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, guys. So they just clicked for me. So this is my startup. That's my lights. This is what my brake lights look like. This is what my turn signal looks like. So that's just that. And so this is 4. So you can just let that thing sit there and rock. You can add that, but it'll only do it like once. That one, which kind of just changes it. So that's why I want the switch, so that I can just like, all right, cool, I want to do number 5. Just turn that on real quick. I want to do number 4. Just turn it on real quick. Just kind of cool for fun, for rollers, whatever, you know. So that's star 5. Not so cool. Star 4. A little different. But I'm a fan of like 3. Starburst start. So this, let this thing load. This is a big one. Okay. So this, when I turn the car on and off, if I want to run these, this is the opening sequence. So it literally does that whole thing.
Can you adjust that or no?
Probably can, you know.
Oh, okay.
You probably just have to go, probably has to do with this, the timer, or the cycle counts or something, or one of these ones. So yeah.
I mean, the cool thing is, you know, like you said, you pay for the additional.
Yeah, if you get bored with your lights, like you can have it like this, and then next week you can be on number 3.
Yeah.
So I don't know how close they can look to my Nismos. I'll look at photos. Mm-hmm. But yeah, you can actually go in and like edit every single LED to do whatever you want.
It's crazy. Spell your name. Just kidding.
Well, people, do you see the lights that do that? 7 units? That's how they do it. I'll see you guys on the next video. I'm not sure what the next mod is. You know, like I said, we've already lowered it. Got to tweak it in a little bit. We got to finish getting the rest of the wheels. Probably need to lift the front just a smidge. There was a little bit of rubbing on the actual wheel liner itself. Pretty dumb though. I mean, we went down almost 50 millimeters, maybe 45, something like that, but it aggressively needed to be dropped. Car came with LMGTs. They are the 18 9.5, 2012s, I think, 22s, 12s. I thought they were the 10.5s. So obviously lowering it, there was all kinds of issues like that you didn't see, not issues, but like the tires were really loud. The car was pulling in a certain direction. So one of the things I want to do is I put some different wheels on right away. All the noises went away, so I knew everything was related to tires. The rims are from 2014. The tires are from 2014. They have a ton of tread, so this car just must have sat or just got driven very, very frequently over the last 10 years, which is very common in Japan. They have a huge public transportation system, you know, so a lot of people take buses and trains and everything, and so, you know, for commuting, and these cars are weekend cars. So when you find cars with low miles, it's not the same as US, where we hop in our car here just to drive down the street like a half a mile. In Japan, they walk. On the way home, they walk to get the groceries and bring it home that day, stuff fresh, you know. So life is a lot different. So these cars do sit a lot. So yeah, just a lot of stuff. Stay tuned.